Okie dokie, so here we have a Holden red motor 202, 202 cubic inch 6-cylinder with an early Rotec Mk1 TBI. Now the Mk1 TBI has the regulator separate from the unit, and the Mk2 unit has the regulator incorporated with the body, much like the Allison throttle body. But this is a very early Mk1 unit that the customer sent back. He's happy with the unit, but he sent it back for rebuild. Now we've gone right through it. We've replaced the diaphragm, cleaned out all the jets, and replaced all the seals, and she's running like a train, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. But there's the classic Rotec spray bar, which is a bit difficult to see in this light, unless I can get a focus on it. Yeah, there it is. There's all the holes. You can see when I rotate the mixture control, which is this one here, it rotates the spray bar through 90 degrees, and you can see those tiny little holes there arranged in a pattern that when you close the throttle, it controls the amount of exposure those holes have got. Now those holes are 10 thou each, and they're jets, fuel jets. And the way the mixture works is, of course, which I think I've explained before, is you rotate those holes through 90 degrees. And when the holes are at 90 degrees to the airstream, you're at full rich, and when the holes are facing the airstream, you're at full lean. And anywhere in between is your mixture control, which is very progressive and very precise and predictable. Of course, the fuel flow is controlled. I'll zoom back out and work it out. I don't want to be 10x, I want to be small. Here we go. So yeah, the fuel is metered by this regulator, which is a zero pressure regulator. It actually requires the suction, or the difference in pressure between the atmosphere, which is that hose there, that's a static hose, and the pressure in the manifold. And that's what determines the position of the diaphragm and dictates the fuel flow. So it just runs on a regular fuel pump. Even the engine fuel pump would be fine. And it works perfectly. And we've actually had quite a few people using them on cars, race cars, performance vehicles, even street vehicles. But this, of course, is off an aircraft. This TBI is actually off one of our own engines, which it's the 2800 radial in a SOP with PUP from the United States. Anyway, we've serviced the unit, and it's about to go back to the customer. Anyway, I'll fire it up, because I've just given it a run and it ran well, so we'll do it again. So turn the fuel pump on. This engine's got an electric fuel pump for convenience, and I will now just give it a quick prime. You see he's got a primer mechanism on the back there, and that's got a cable that he's running from the cockpit that he just pulls on that for prime. So if I just give that a little tickle, there's some fuel, that's enough, and she should fire right up. A little bit of throttle, clear prop, bit more fuel. Well, that's idling beautifully and running beautifully. You can see as I'm rotating the mixture here, you can hear it leaning, and then as it gets too lean it starts to fade, and it'll even quit if you lean it too far. And then as I richen it, picks up performance, and as I go too rich, it starts to droop again. So you'll hit your sweet spot somewhere in the middle. I mean, being able to rotate that spray bar, and with those 50 tiny jets, 10 thou jets along the length of the spray bar, it's almost like having a pocket full of 1,000 jets that you can replace on the fly, and that's why it's so popular for aircraft and and performance vehicles, where you can actually adjust the mixture. Now, if it was in a car, you could set the mixture and forget it, or you could adjust it for each track or atmosphere for a given day. But on an aeroplane, of course, it's very handy because you can fly lean of peak and you can adjust the mixture. Anyway, thought that you'd find that interesting, and engine's running beautifully, so I'll pack this up now and ship it back to the customer. He'll be happy.